Hey guys, Rinji here, once again bringing you the worst out of the VTuber community. And today we have another special one, another continuation of a different continuation of yet another continuation, because this is the nature of the discussion and drama on Twitter. One issue blends into the other and a different issue continues the issue from the previous part. It's all cyclical, it's all lined up, and it's never ending. To get a little meta with you, this is why VTubers and content creators in general that do YouTube never run out of content, just because this nonsense is self-perpetuating. But with all of that out of the way, today we have a continuation of Rune's story. If you'd like to check out my other video on her, where she makes a small video of her own, in which she explains Lolly and Lolicon VTubers and their place in the VTuber community. Basically, a big call out to anyone that dares to try to gatekeep Lolly and Lolicon VTubers out of the community. And people took offense to that, of course. It wasn't to the degree that's going to be covered in this video, but it was something. Now, what happened to Rune as of the making of this particular video is a continued wave of harassment, very similar to what happened to Fallen Shadow a couple of days ago. Also made a video on that, please be sure to check it out, and a whole stream too. So don't miss out on some premium tweet reading content. That's the best thing ever. But either way, Rune gets harassed by all the same people once again. So what do we have here? We have the best of crossovers when it comes to online bullies and harassers. We have K-pop stans, we have minors with pronouns in their bios. We have cartoon enthusiasts. We have Final Fantasy stans. We have all kinds of people. It's like Super Smash Brothers for annoying people. Everyone's here. Let's get into it. We shouldn't tolerate these lolly VTubers coming into our space. Lolly VTubers make the rest of us look bad, not in my community. And the video that followed. This is the most famous lolicon VTuber in the room with us right now. Gaogura. You say the most famous VTuber, but it seems like nobody knows who they are. The actual most famous VTuber is Iron Mouse. Deconstructing this thing is gonna be fun. Well, first of all, buddy, you have to know virtually nothing about VTubers or live in a cave in order not to know who Gaogura is, but since you seem to be at least vaguely familiar with what VTubers are, since you can bring up Iron Mouse, her being one of the most popular EN VTubers, usually just known in this sphere, and not to downplay her own influence and popularity, she's mostly the subject of discussion of the English-speaking sphere, whereas Gaogura is known internationally. Her notoriety extends far beyond anything Iron Mouse has done, and this is a really uneducated or even ignorant take to have. Listen, pal, I like Iron Mouse, but saying nobody knows who Gura is not it. Gura is by far the most known VTuber. Just because you don't know about her doesn't mean nobody knows about her. After some researching, Gura isn't even the most known or popular VTuber. How thorough was your research in order to come to this conclusion, man? Sure, she's popular, but not even close to number one. Unless you're just talking about lolly tubers, then sure. At this point, you might think this person is trolling, but they probably aren't. They just live in a very ignorant world of their own. But you know, making the appeal to popularity, let's just take a look at like subscriber numbers. Sure, I can make the argument that the VTuber known as Cooksy Swirl C is the most popular one, since she has like 19 million subscribers. But she is a content creator that was already huge on YouTube beforehand. She had like 7 million subscribers before adopting a VTuber mod. If you're if you're talking about like concurrent viewer numbers, then Gura is still at the top if we're talking about general notoriety that I mentioned beforehand, Gura is still at the top. She's the world's most well-known VTuber, and the evidence of that is quite hard to miss, but yet you somehow did that, so congratulations, Mr. Mike Morden. You are exceptional. You pedophile. Mr. Sludgeman is someone that was involved in Pygmies harassment when the whole Hogwarts Legacy situation happened, so it's not surprising to see him here as well. Bottom Peter. Dog, you feed on children. Get mental help. You see, there's a line between liking cute things in a pure and innocent way and being a total creep. It's like the difference between playing games with your sister and wanting to get a room with your sister. I think you know a thing or two about being a creep. Well, considering they're comparing things that are real to fiction and somehow making it about incest, I'd say creepy is the best way to describe it. I have no issue whatsoever with say-so lolly characters and VTubers. They are very cute and are supposed to be protected at all costs. It's when some bad apples go not safe for work is when I draw the line. Simplify it. Giving head pats is cool. Giving head is off limits. But you know, you can put all of these VTubers in a blender. Nobody will care. But the moment you start to sexualize fictional characters is when it's off-board and completely unacceptable. And here we are with the Gogeta images. I heard you a pedophile, N-word. I heard you like little boys and girls, N-word. And I omitted most of these posts going forward because they're gonna be rampant, and showcasing them all will just waste my time. Mind you, at the moment of the making of this video, Rune's original tweet has hundreds of quote retweets, with most of them repeating themselves, so I omitted a lot of these for time issues. It has been clear to me that you possess an unusual attractive sense to young adults and children, most specifically rather than yet mature gentlemen and female maidens, sire. Someone tried to make Gogeta into a sophisticated gentleman, but the grammar didn't actually work out. One of my other favorite images, the age of consent is 18. I hope you get arrested. Sorry to disappoint you. Fight me right now, deadass, pull up. Not interested. I'm calling the exterminator, we have a rodent problem. More like a normie problem. Get a real job, I fear. Sorry, I already have one. Defending pedos is not a job. Racism integrated in America, but we never said it was good. You are not comparing an enjoyment of small anime characters to demonizing people over their race. You are not. Yes, they are. Chainsaw Man profile. Anime of the season. Shonen action anime of the season profile. Always the best takes out of communities like that. Just because lollies are here, get over it. Is not an argument for why it should stay. The way LOL, especially Alice, if she's doing this LMAO. Some of you VTubers need to get the boot. That's Harrassed, bruh. For everyone that doesn't know, Alice Alucard, Cambion Rabbit, is an actual black person. So this is highly disrespectful. I didn't say racist. So once again, congratulations, Chainsaw Man profile. Pedophiles should not be integral in any community. Get a fucking grip. Lolly VTuber number 1834847 on her way to get her 4 to 5 days of clout before getting wiped from existence. Sure, buddy, that's not how it's gonna work. All you're doing is giving her notoriety. She's gonna get numbers out of it, and considering how little she cares about your little harassment campaign, you're just giving her more attention, more followers by people that don't subscribe to your terminally online worldview. You're a VTuber this ugly getting into discourse. Are you trying to get quote retweeted? This is also something that repeated itself that I omitted wholesale, is a lot of people calling her model ugly. because they have to hang their hats onto something. They need any point of avenue to attack, and they need to repeat it ad nauseum because NPC behavior is strong with this harassment campaign and communities that just keep on doing that. The biggest VTuber is a lolicon herself. Pack up the whole community then, that's obviously a rooted problem. It's sad to see people like this making the whole VTuber space look bad, when most of them are just trying to be cute and silly. Like, please shut up. And with the Hogwarts thing as well. Yes, because of course, let's tie it into that other older controversy. Everything comes full circle, please. Man, people that don't watch VTubers have no idea what kind of content creators are within that sphere. Reading the comments of this was like being sent through hell and back. I hope anyone who thinks 2D sexualized children isn't CP, it 100% is, and is illegal in most countries. It's not. To bring something up that may shock you, homosexuality is outlawed in more countries than fucking drawings of things that don't exist are. But you know, always keep making the legal arguments, and you know, let legality decide your moral roles, because that's how you get out of dystopia. I hope they all die in a painful and horrible death. Fucking loser pedos. I'd rather kill myself than accept lollies being good. You're literally baiting pedophiles into liking you so that you can make money off of them. Pathetic. Anime culture isn't a thing. Oh, very much is. It's a decades-long history. You should look into it. It's pretty fun. Stop pretending your VTuber icon or your model looks like a cheap porn flash game model. How about that? You're all pedophiles. It's that simple. Well, she wasn't saying she was an icon or anything like that. She was just making a statement about people just like you and attracted people just like you. Proving her point once again. How are you going to become a VTuber and then willingly make yourself this ugly? Ugliest VTuber avatar I've ever seen, and a lolicon. Pick a struggle. The difference between the community as a whole and the lolicons is that the main lolicon VTuber space is promoting childlike bodies to be sexualized, which is, whether they're in reality adults or not, is still unacceptable. Well, that's body shaming then. Characters who are physically a look alike of actual children while asking for sexualization. Well, honey, if this gremlin, if this goblin looks like a real child to you, then I think have more serious problems than what you're making out. It's disgusting. Whether you portray that as a form of body shaming, people with that form of a body are either physically not well, or the actual children-looking characters do not want to be sexualized. I'm sure people who have a smaller body as usual have been struggling with it a lot, and the lolicon community sexualizing real bodies, they aren't. None of these are remotely similar to real bodies. Please, meds. Which is in their way of wording, it should be normalized. Nope. This is all otaku culture. This is very niche culture. No one is trying to normalize something, anything that you're putting forward. This is all nerd stuff, and it's always gonna stay nerd stuff. Not to mention, the vast majority of 18+ VTubers, even the lolly VTubers that do this sort of content, have warning signs on their profiles. They are 18+ and don't want minors to interact with them in any sort of way. So all of your points are just pointless, and either you haven't done any research or you're just looking for brownie points, as most of these people are. You know, when they're not trying to insult somebody for the way their model looks like or anything else. Just fucking disgusting, so please rethink your statement. You're so fucking ugly. Who's in their model so ugly? Sorry, not sorry. Right. If I kill myself, it's your fault. Anime culture, you're probably white. Please go get a real job. Grow an ass woman. And then we have ageism and racism. Like, why do they always end up being like that? They think they're the ones in the right. They're the ones with the moral high ground, always. Good point. Kill yourself. I'm happy you are straight to the point. easily reportable tweets. Pick your poison, mallet and meat grinder. Cool, and you guys want to try out my cool funny toys I just bought? I want to burn my eardrums and eyes. From their shit-ass pedo-bait voice to the shit-ass design. Bro, you're 40 years old. Go back to being on a watch list. Why do you Terminally Twitter users get so mad about everything? It's like you've never seen anime in your life. They didn't. And if you watched my previous video, Rune has like the most normal female-sounding voice out of anyone I've heard. It's like, doesn't stand out. Not to be like disrespectful, it's just a really normal female voice, and these people are making like an argument like she sounds unusual and weird. Let's not forget the shaming of her age, like going from age 30 to 40. Soon we'll reach retirement age, but at this point. Can't believe using a little anime standing for your life cam means I gotta tolerate pedophiles. Shut the fuck up. We don't care. Followed by, you know, hundreds and hundreds of quote tweets of people saying they do not care. These kinds of VTubers are so funny to me, since all of them I'll only choose these kinds of models and vibes because it's easy money with the "Ooh, Kuni" as and words, dropping $1,000 per stream. I mean, if it's successful, it's successful. You can't shame someone for their business exploits. It's called "We Colonize You." Rest in peace, pedo. You won't be missed. Furry saying they're colonizing somebody. Hilarious. I'm a middle school girl fan myself personally. However, they got your whole gaping in the quadrices, little man. You might want to check that, Desu. Her voice for real is this. Once again, it's just a really normal female voice. Ugliest mother I've seen in a while. Normal people think it's weird. It's the normal people commenting and quote retweeting her, wishing her death, insulting her in all kinds of infantile ways. It's the normal people that think this is weird. Shut the fuck up. Oopsies, did I say that? Like a little brain aneurysm going on here. Where are all these shitty ass lolicon white women VTubers coming from? N-word. It's like a containment area got breached and let out a horde of these things. Well, you see, the more you interact with specific posts, the more notoriety you give them, the more engagement specific posts on Twitter they get, the more visible they are to other users on Twitter. So you're basically doing all of this to yourself. Congrats. Stop saying lolly shota to go get around what you actually mean. You're a pedophile. This is what those phrases mean. If you support it and indulge in it, you're very much a pedo. I love Wikipedia posting. It's my favorite point of address, especially coming from a furry. I don't give a fuck that it's a drawing. You look at art knowing what it depicts and still have no qualms about it. Seek professional help. Well, you look at animals. You're in a community that has much worse problems with a really high amount of predators preying on children and other people. I think you should be cleaning up your own community. In terms of, you know, lolly and lolicons being predators, that happens almost never. It's so rare that it's almost invisible, but these people make these arguments that it's like a widespread thing, whereas the furry community has these problems like every single month almost. So a little self-awareness here should go a long way. It really should. Bro said pedophilia part of VTuber culture. Pedophilia being part of any culture doesn't mean it's good. Well, it's not pedophilia first and foremost. It's like saying straight up smashing someone's skull into the pavement with a dog toy is okay because I heard other people do it. Well, you're comparing a violent act with fictional characters, but then again, you also think it's pedophilia, so there's a layered problem that you have personally right there. What's the logic in that? Do you really know right from wrong, or do you need schooling? Well, considering what you just said, I think you should get some counseling yourself. This is letting anyone. They still letting anyone get famous. Well, she's gonna be famous if she wasn't beforehand. I agree those characters are fictional. I agree those characters are fictional characters. But why do you want to see children and everything? Well, isn't this you? I mean, lolicons don't see these characters as real children. You keep making those arguments. I like putting rats in my freezer and slowly killing them. Admitting to animal abuse is a straight up good way to own anybody on Twitter. Just admit you're a terrible person. Bro thinks she's Martin Luther King. Bro cannot fathom what I just watched. Please never show your face on my timeline again. Well, you're interacted. It's very likely that you're gonna see something like that again, based on your Twitter engagement. Just don't interact if you don't want to see something like that. Mute and block. And if you're gonna mute something, make sure you mute the right keywords and key phrases. Otherwise, this situation will just keep on repeating itself. Content warning really show that. There they go with that stupid fucking voice again. I'm gonna vomit. I'm not liking the trend of forcing me to experience new annoying videos of problematic VTubers. Is seriously the worst. Like, I just opened this damn app and it's not even like the people that genuinely enjoy the shit can easily see this if they click on the quoted tweets and scroll, see them tweets dissing them and fucking with me. Well, I'm glad you're giving yourself brain damage, because every single time, once again, that you interact with it, you're gonna be putting this on your timeline in the future. So, congratulations for creating your own trouble. Hope your stupid ass gets obliterated by a mousetrap. These VTubers did not exist a month ago. Oh, buddy, you have no idea. Joined October 2019. Nuh-uh. Or you're a minor. Ew, my brother in Christ, lollies are minors. They're not real. The hands of God shall one day smite you, your soul, and the gates of hell will open, and the great pit shall embrace you into its depths, where your soul shall burn forever unto eternity. My guy, you couldn't be edgier if you tried to. There's definitely a white one behind that. Why does it matter what kind of race or ethnicity the person behind the avatar is? Why are these idol K-pop stans always so freaking racist? Stop putting this thing on my TL. Stop interacting. Not once did Gura say she was a lolicon, and she isn't. Well, buddy, you have a lot of research to do. Please, I might just do a video at one point showcasing every single time Gura has shown lolicon tendencies, but you know, similar videos to that already exist, but I might just do a huge compilation in order to educate what seems to be this furry person as well. Hiding behind VTuber personas have really made a way for you weirders to act brave and be annoying. Like, none of you would even dare say all of this shit in your face if your face is showing. I think they would be very happy to do so. It's just, you know, the avatars are giving them the extra edge to showcase what they like. They can't really show themselves as lollies because, you know, not going into body shaming territory, but you guys would have a problem with that too if they looked like what you think children look like in real life. Let's not forget that people have already been shamed for that. If you guys can look up on various social medias and Twitter itself, there was this story from a while back where a cosplayer and her partner got body shamed because, you know, one of the girls looked very small and she dared to cosplay really nice looking Tatsumaki from One Punch Man, and they got called a pedophile and a child sexualizing themselves, despite that person being well into her 20s. So yeah, when you do things like this, you water down the definition of what child sexual exploitation is, what pedophilia is, and then you start going after real people. It's not right, and the internet is fucked up for allowing these people's opinions to spread as far as they did. Praying this leads to your downfall, for real. Ever since Pikemi got banned, there's been this explosion of VTubers with shitty takes. Banned from what exactly? Like, at least follow what's happening, dude. Nothing like that ever happened to Pikemi. She's graduating in a few days. Come on, man. I fucking hate every last VTuber from the past month for openly defending and letting in transphobic and pedophilic communities. You unwashed weirdos are making it harder for people to actually find actual safe communities, and I genuinely wish you all rot. Also, this model is ugly. I wish VTubers like these would realize they don't need to cater to pedophiles in order to garner an audience. How these people live with themselves, knowing they're enabling their behavior, is fucking beyond me, and I don't feel any remorse. People that are looking for safe spaces, people that actually advertise safe spaces, are usually the least safe ones when it comes to having children around them. These communities are rife with sexual predators because they're looking for naive people that fall for things like, oh, you're gonna be safe with me. I'm gonna protect you from all of these bad people on the internet. You're here safe with me, and then they get groomed, and the cycle repeats itself. Lollies and lolicon VTubers all make sure that minors do not follow them, because this is not content made for kids. This is their way of creating a safe space by pushing minors away from them. But none of you understand that, and that's why the cycle of abuse of children perpetuates online. This is one of the main reasons why it happens. It's just people getting tricked into joining these spaces that were supposed to be safe for children, whereas they really are not. And here we have a conveyor belt made out of... I forgot what this anime was. Excuse me. But, this person making this argument is pretty much describing how most of these quote retweets are working. It's just like these people feel like they're been made in a factory, and they're all the same. They all use the same arguments, sometimes even the same images to score an own against somebody. I think you need to get into the deliberating accident. Fucking awesome. I need you to kill yourself right now. You can tell she's pushing 30 and hasn't had a shower in a week. Literally muted the word VTuber. Why the fuck are you still popping up? Well, you need to mute the word VTubers. You see here, lolly VTubers. Unless you specify the words you want to mute, and you need to be very specific. Twitter will keep on showing you what it's showing. Learn your Twitter. You can customize your experience to whatever you want. You may never see this, or you may be like me and only see awesome art and VTubers. Without seeing this nonsense, I have to go on another account or go incognito in order to see your nonsense. Nazis were a part of Germany at a certain point, and they have been more or less driven out and kicked out because they are a societal plague. Of course, these two are two different extremes, but the point is, it's reasonable to kick out someone or a group because of their growth. My man, what are you doing? How are you comparing Nazis to lolicon VTubers, a genocidal force that swept through the world, killing millions of people, into something that does absolutely nothing to anybody, unless you're one of these people? And lastly, I saved this one for the most extreme part of what's been happening to Rune. This is a person that posted a video of a real rat tied up to a wall by all four extremities, clearly being in pain and strung up against the wall and being hit with a piece of cheese against their snout. So animal abuse videos to own the lolicons. Look at what I'm doing right now to your cousin. Had to censor out this video because this is an instant bonk for YouTube. Neil would not allow this. And even I'm disgusted by shit like that. I hate lollies so much I'll post animal abuse. That'll show him. You when a rat gets hit with a piece of cheese. Yeah, downplay what you posted, brother. Let's do it. You are the morally right people right here. And, you know, this is just part of this harassment, but for now, I think I demonstrated enough what's happening to Rune. I'm quite sure it's gonna get a lot worse going forward, because these people never stop until they get tired. But once they see it's completely ineffective what they're doing, they will stop eventually. All in all, I think they should stop in general and just find a hobby, engage with some people that love them, maybe that show them a little compassion, because what they're doing here is just vile, and it doesn't serve any constructive purpose. But for now, I hope you guys weren't too annoyed. I'll see you on the next one.